Hello, this is Patricia from patriciafenty.com, and today I have a tutorial on how to attach handles to crocheted purses or bags. And this is a project that I have been working on for a crochet purse, and I'll just bring it into the camera a little better here so you can see it better. And this is such a lovely pattern and tutorial. I love it so much. And this is all done by hand. The lining is done by hand, so you don't need to have a sewing machine to do this project. You can do it all by hand. And I will have the links in the description box below for the granny square pattern that I use for this purse, the tutorial on how to assemble the purse, and also a separate tutorial on how to do the lining. So make sure to check those out in the description box below. And in this tutorial, we'll be adding the handles onto this particular project. But the technique that I'm going to use here, you could really use for any crochet purse or bag that you may have. I do have another tutorial that I put a link to below for a granny square tote bag that I made. And this bag is actually done with a sewing machine. So the lining and the straps are done with a sewing machine. And so if you want to do it with a sewing machine and you can do like really secure stitches and you want to work with a strapping, I have a tutorial for that below as well. So you can refer to that. Now, there are a number of possibilities when you do a bag like this, and essentially all we're going to do is we're going to attach the straps to the tips here. Now the most basic way to do that would be just to use some strapping like this, and this is a cotton strapping, so you'd want to put some fabric glue or fray check on the end of your cut end here, and then all you do is you simply turn it over and putting your cut end to the inside of your bag, and you would literally just hand sew it to the tip of the bag, and I would sew along here, up there, and down there, and then you can cut the strap as long as you want and bring it over to the other side, making it whatever length you want, and sew it on that side. And that's using the strapping just on its own. Now you could also use the strapping with a D-ring, and again you would want to use a fabric glue on the end, and you turn the end over and then fold that over the end of your D-ring. And if you have a sewing machine, you could just stitch across there, but you can hand stitch it too, and just attach the strapping to the D-ring, and then you would attach the D-ring to the purse, and you just put the purse fabric through the ring and hand sew it. Now I'm going to show you how to hand sew this when I put the handles on, but this is just showing you all the different possibilities. So then of course you could use pre-made handles like these bamboo handles, and I found these at a thrift store, and they fit absolutely perfectly from corner to corner here. So again, I would just bring the tip of the bag around through here. These rings are a little bit small, but it would still work, just so long as you can get the fabric through there. And again, and you just sew that in the back like that. And again, I'll be showing you how to do that a little later on. And I also found these handles at the thrift store, but these didn't come with a ring, and they're sewn, and there's no way to get a ring in through there. So I did find this big jump ring in my stash of keys, and so I went looking for more jump rings so that I could use this handle as a possibility and attach it in the same way. I couldn't find any jump rings, but I found these at the stationery store, and these are binder clips, and that would work perfectly if you had a handle like this where you needed to attach a ring, and you could just put it through, close it up, and then you would attach that ring to the bag in the same way. Now, while I was looking for all of this, I came across these handles, which are fabulous. I got these at our local fabric store and I got them on sale for half price. And so I'm going to use these. And then I got these rings to go with this handle. And I'm going to put the ring on like that, and then the handle will just clip on like that. I'm so excited about these. So without any further ado, I'll show you how you can attach the rings onto any type of a bag that you want. Now I'm going to start by showing you how you can hold a ring onto a flat edge, just in case you have a bag with a flat edge and you don't have this tip. It's virtually the same, but I'll just show you how to do it on a flat edge. Now you can either use the thread from the sewing the lining together, or you can use a crochet cotton. This is a number 10 crochet cotton. If you have this, I would recommend this because it's a nice strong thread. You wouldn't be able to use the yarn from the project because it'll be too thick to get through the layers of fabric and crochet. So you're going to use a double strand of yarn and just make a knot like this. And I demonstrate this more in the lining tutorial, how to do that knot. So what you'll do is you'll place your 4 rings evenly on the bag wherever you want to place them, however that works out for you, and placing the ring on the inside of the bag. And you want to make sure that it's down far enough that it's into the fabric lining. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I really am a big believer of lining crochet bags because I don't think the crochet has enough strength and integrity. So you just want to get your thread started. So you can just go in here. I'll just go in underneath, in between a stitch of the lining. So then the knot will be sort of hidden in between the lining in the back there. And then I'm going to come back up through the edge of the bag into the crochet a little bit just to get it started. And then I'll bring the needle through the inside of the ring and just line it up, hold your ring in place, and basically you're just going to sew under and over. And just placing your stitches nice and close together, going under and over the ring, all the way along the back like this. And I'm actually not going to do this all the way around. I'm just going to show you for a few stitches and how to fasten off, because obviously this isn't how I'm going to attach my ring. And so once you've stitched all the way across, all the way to the other side, then what you can do is just come back into the inside of the bag on the outside of the ring with your thread, and here, and I'll show you. And as you stitch, as you're using the same color thread, you won't even see that on the outside. It'll look really nice. So come back in and pick up one of your stitches there and just finish off with a double knot and snug that up just like that. And if you want, you can put a little bit of fabric glue on that just to give it a little more strength. And what I like to do with my tail is I like to go back into the fabric with the tail, snug that up, and then just snip it off. And that's a nice way to hide the tail. So there you go. That's how you would attach a ring on a flat side. So next I'll show you how to do it on the tip. All right, so sewing into the corners is just a little bit different. So again, I'm going to use the crochet cotton and a double length and put a knot in the end with the little rollover knot. And with this one, I'm actually going to pin the ring in place. So put the fabric in through the ring and just turn it over, pull it through, And I'm just going to put one pin in here to hold it in place. And you can put that in all 4 corners. And you can see where I've folded it. So it's right at this corner here. And just fold it over like that. Now in this case, we're sewing right into the crocheted fabric. So I'm going to start again into the lining, going underneath the lining, and then bring the needle up into the crochet as close to the top of the ring as possible. And then just go back down, and I'm coming back up on the other side of the ring, and going back down. And you may want to just go straight down, or you can just sort of, you know, bring your needle in and under the ring like that. It's totally up to you. And just like this. And so now I'm into the fabric. So I'm just going to stitch straight down into the fabric. So I'm not actually in the ring right now. And I'm just stitching up and down in the direction of the tip of the fabric here. Just take that pin out. And just sewing along in and out. And you won't see this thread on the other side of the bag if you're using the same color thread or crochet cotton. And I'll just speed it up here, and you can see how nice that looks on the other side. And now I'm back at the ring, so I'm just going to go straight down on the one side here, and now I'm coming back up on the inside of the ring with my needle, and then going back down over top of the ring, and then coming back on the inside of the ring and down on the outside of the ring, just like that. And you can see how that looks. And then you can just come back up in here and fasten off just like I showed you before. So there you go. And that's nicely attached. And look how nice that looks. It's very nicely attached. So you can go ahead and do that for all 4 corners, and I'll do that and come back and attach my handle. Welcome back. So I've sewn on all my rings, and unless you have handles like this, your ring and handles will already be attached, but I'm just going to clip these on now. I just love these handles. And you know, you could clip them on in the other direction too. You can put them like facing the way I am, or clip it in on the other side. So I'm just clipping it on the inside here. And there you go. Oh my gosh. I just love this. I just love it. I love it. I love it. Wow. Oh, that's so cute. So there you go. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and the tutorial series. This is just such a funky bag. I think I'm going to make another one, maybe in some brown tones or maybe denim. Yummy. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any more creative and inspiring videos. Thank you for joining me.